This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhoneAppReview.com. We're slinging out yet another video review today, this time taking a look at an application that falls into the much overplayed but still good genre of physics puzzler, although we'll talk about the innovations that this app brings, and they are, a dime a plenty, so to speak. So we'll talk about that more in just a second, but it's worth noting that this is one of these finger-flicking style physics puzzlers, although it's so much more than that to boot. But the app in question is called Pet It Out, and it's available for 99 cents in the App Store, so it won't break the bank to give it a go. And that's all we have to say on the front end, so we're going to go ahead and slap this and get straight into things. We really like that logo, by the way, Candango, and that is the developer of this title, Candango Games. So hopefully, oh, there it is. It does come with this nice, illustrated animation at the front to explain kind of the story of the app. We are going to skip that just because it's kind of long to sit through, but basically the story involves a set of pets, which would be these guys, and they all each come with their own names. The only one I remember is Goldie for the bird there. Each of these pets was abducted or something of the sort by an alien, and then they were released. And now they're on some different planets or something. It's kind of vague and not very important to the actual game, so we won't harp on that much. But the animation itself was nice. It really did remind us a lot of the opening Angry Birds animations or any of the other apps that have started doing that. And of course there is a sound element to this game. There's music aplenty and effects as well, though we have all of that turned off because it's a little bit easier to hear us. There is also the option to load songs from your iPod, which we thought was fantastic. If you want to, jam out to some Wolf Mother as you blast through these puzzles, you could do that. So we thought that was great. We wish more games came with this actually, because so many times you're in the morning commute, you want to jam to your own music, but you also want to play the game. So that's nice. It's really great that they included that. Likewise, there's also a speed setting, which we greatly appreciated. This allows you to set the speed of the gameplay itself, which some people may like, others may not. We really dug it. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and actually show you the gameplay itself, and I guess we'll tap the sound thing to make sure there are no sounds at all. If you notice these buttons along the side though, this is Game Center integrated, which is always fantastic, meaning you have leaderboards and achievements built right in. So if you're a total achievement hound like we are, that's there and ripe for the picking. So we're going to go ahead and play this. It's worth noting right off the bat too that this game comes with an astonishing 150 levels. For each of these 7 different characters, there's a whole boatload that you can play through. We'll show you the Goldie levels really quick. But as you can see, you've got a mountain of content going on here. So essentially, you could easily play this game for, hours on end, really. It really is that engaging, and with that much content available, it's really more of a matter of how much time you have to spend with the app as opposed to how much time the app is actually going to spend with you, which is fantastic. Also worth noting, the graphics of this game are pretty fantastic as well. We really dug the sort of cutesy animation style, though we know some people may not, but at the same time we really liked it. It kind of reminded us a lot of the old Kirby-style games for Game Boy Color, actually, which is something that we like to think about. Reminds us of our childhood, so... And here's the main game mechanic. The idea here is that Pet It Out is kind of a unique combination of physics puzzler and, say, classic platformer, all of those old Kirby games, in the sense of your basic control mechanic is the same kind of drag and drop, trajectory shooting sort of catapult mechanic that we've seen a lot of apps do, especially the Angry Birds clones. So in this sense, you take one look at this app and you might think, oh, it's just another Angry Birds clone. But the fact of the matter is, it simply isn't. Actually, Pet It Out offers a lot more, because as you can see, there's this helpful platforming mechanic that I can't seem to master at the moment because I'm doing this with one thumb. So we're going to go backwards a little bit. And as you can see, I did just collect a star. Each of these levels comes with 5 stars and a trophy for you to acquire, which is absolutely fantastic. It adds even more replay value to this and gives you yet another incentive to go back and play through. And if you earn these extra bonuses, you do get a higher score, which is even more incentive. You go back, raise your score, increase your leaderboard standings, and get a few more achievements, that sort of thing. So as you saw, the goal with each of these levels is to guide the character from one end to the other and then ultimately jump them into the portal. Sometimes the portal is not activated, so you have to find a button to smack, and then you get to jump through the portal, etc. Likewise, there are a ton of different obstacles and things in the way. We're going to show you a slightly different game mechanic using the Goldie character, because each of the pets involved has its own specific style of play, which we really appreciated. That adds an immense amount of complexity to an already fairly complex app. Again, this is not just an Angry Birds clone. That adds a whole lot of other elements to the same kind of physics mechanic. in the sense of you have that basic point and shoot method, but at the same time, you also get so much more thrown in. For instance, this character can jump twice in a go, which we're about to fall. We really like this animation, by the way, this sort of screaming. It's kind of sadistic, but we really did think that was cute. So in that sense, each pet comes with its own mechanic, adding even more depth to the gameplay, which is fantastic. Likewise, the levels themselves look great. And when you look at this, it's very nice animations, very sprightly, and very engaging. So with that in mind, that's pretty much all we have to say about the initial content here. Aside from the fact that we just died again. So I'm going to see if I can't get us back to the main menu. The developers have promised even more levels and even more characters on the way too in the next couple of updates, and of course the updates are going to arrive completely free, so no extra charge. And as far as the app goes in terms of value, 99 cents is an unbelievable bargain for any game that sports 150 levels. Not to mention one that actually does it extremely well. The graphics are superb, the gameplay is even better, and this really is an innovative title in the genre of physics puzzling, though we're not really sure it's even that. It's kind of a genre bender in that sense, which is absolutely amazing. We love seeing apps that actually push the boundaries of what's possible on iOS and push the boundaries of what's the norm. So with that in mind, Pet It Out's going to get a solid 4.5 out of 5 from us, as well as a very heavy recommendation. If you're into iOS games, this is a killer one to get, and it's definitely a must-have, especially at the 99-cent price mark. You can't beat that, and you definitely can't beat the offering that Pet It Out is. And with even more content on the way, it's an absolute steal. So with that in mind, we're going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and that's all we have to say about it. So at this point, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, please check out the other videos that are on our YouTube channel. If you want to hear my voice and see some awesome apps, that is the place to go, or you can go to the iPhoneAppReview.com for heaps of our written reviews there as well. And that's all we have to say, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out. See you guys. Bye.